Welcome to the Manders Mindset Podcast. Here you'll find both monologue and interviews of entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, and a variety of other people, where your host Amanda Russo will discuss her own mindset and perspective and her guest mindset and perspective on the world around us. Manders and her guests will help explain to you how shifting your mindset will shift your life.
Welcome back to Manders Mindset, the podcast where we talk about mindfulness, mindset shifts, and the moments that change us. Today's episode isn't the one I planned to release this week. I had a guest episode ready to go for Monday, but life had other plans for me. On Sunday afternoon, I had a seizure. I was home alone in my apartment by myself, and I don't remember much. I don't remember feeling dazed or feeling confused or anything before it happened. What I've been told is that my neighbor heard what sounded like me crying, and he could have ignored it, but he didn't. He called my landlord, who tried calling me multiple times, and when she didn't get an answer from me, she called the police. My neighbor could have ignored those sounds, those cries, those noises, but he didn't. He called my landlord, who called for help. And that one small act, that moment of him listening, probably saved my life. When I woke up in ICU, I learned I had been intubated and I had been on life support. A machine had been breathing for me, the breathing goddess, until my body was able to do it again itself. And as someone who teaches breathwork and teaches people how to breathe, that just hit different. So instead of the conversation I'd planned to share this week, this episode is a Thankful Thursday, reflection, and reminder about surrender, about grace, and about the reminder that even when you think you're alone, you're never truly alone. I want to share what this experience taught me. 3 major things, really. About being cared for when you don't even know it. About trusting what you can't control. And about how every single breath, even the ones you don't remember taking, are truly a gift to be thankful for. When I woke up in ICU, I didn't know what day it was. I was dazed. I was confused. I remember opening my eyes, not knowing why I was in a hospital, seeing monitors and the cords and people moving around me. I was still so foggy and confused. Later, I found out I was in ICU and I had a seizure. And I found out I stopped breathing on my own. And my body, with a lot of help, had fought to keep me here. I found out I had been intubated on life support, that a machine had been breathing for me. And my first thought was, wow, life literally kept me alive even while I was unaware. I didn't ask for it. I didn't control it. It just happened. And that's grace. I was home alone when this happened. I didn't call for help. There was no warning sign. My body simply made a sound that someone else heard, and then they called for help. My neighbor thought it sounded like crying. He could have simply ignored it, like so many of us do. He could have turned up the TV and gone about his day. But he didn't. He listened. And he acted. And that one decision of action changed everything for me. That's what I mean when I say, even when you think you're alone, you're not. There are people, energies, angels, whatever you believe in, your ancestors, working behind the scenes, listening for the smallest signs that you need help or support. Sometimes it takes something like this for us to realize how connected we all actually are. This experience also reminded me how little control we truly have. And yet, how held we still are. I had no awareness, no say in what was happening. And yet, everything, literally everything I needed came together perfectly. My neighbor, the landlord, the EMTs, the doctors. Sometimes surrender isn't a choice. It's what happens when control is taken away. And in that surrender, you realize something greater is holding you. Your body, your breath, the universe itself. And when I understood that, gratitude took a whole new meaning. Learning that a machine had been breathing for me truly shook me. For years now, I've taught people to connect with their breath. But this time, my breath connected with me. It carried me through a moment I don't even remember. Since then, every inhale feels sacred. And every exhale feels like a thank you. Our breath isn't something we have to earn or perfect. It's a gift we're given, even when we forget what's happening. Our breath still shows up for us. As I always say, as long as you have your breath, you've got options. Wherever you are, if you are in a safe space to do so, I invite you to take one long, slow inhale with me and exhale it gently and slowly out. That's life. That's grace. That's connection. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this episode, it's that you are never truly alone. You don't have to control everything. And every single breath is a gift. This week, I'm extra thankful for my neighbor, for my landlord, for the doctors and the nurses, and for this breath that brought me back. The doctors and the nurses even told me they'd never seen someone come off life support as quickly as I did. And I'd like to believe part of that is because of my tapping into my breath and tapping into breathwork. Whether that's true, whether it's not, the world may never know. Until next time, keep breathing, keep shifting, and remember, everything is figure outable. Thanks, guys. Until next time.